What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the Jordan Luka 1 in the Safari or Total Orange colorway. I know my channel is not heavily into performance reviews, but this is a shoe I bought intended to be used on the court. So after using this for a few months now, I want to give you guys my thoughts about the Luka 1. So before this, I've been wearing the KD 15 and the LeBron 20s to play ball in, but after seeing Luka wear this specific colorway during the All-Star game this year, I went ahead and bought a pair of these on Nike.com. So these retailed for a price of $110 US or $145 here in Canada, and the official colorway for this shoe is white, total orange, and black, and it's commonly referred to as the Safari colorway. And like I mentioned, after wearing these for a couple months for 2 runs a week, I've gotten a pretty good sense of how these perform, and I figured it'd be a good time to give you guys my honest thoughts. So the Luka 1, of course, is the first signature sneaker for Luka Doncic. But my initial thoughts about the exterior design of the shoe was that it was pretty plain and it kind of reminded me more of just a Team Jordan shoe. But I quickly realized that the performance of the sneaker definitely outmatched the appearance of this shoe, so let's dive straight into the details. So the upper of the shoe for the most part is constructed out of this white colored mesh, but overlaid on top and throughout the entire upper of the shoe, we have what Nike calls flight wire technology, which are essentially these thick strands of yarn, which are overlaid on top, giving you added strength and durability for the upper. However, overlaid on top, the reason why the shoe is nicknamed the Safari colorway is that on the left foot, we have the Safari print fuse overlay in white and black, but interestingly enough, on the right foot, here we have elephant print, so this represents 2 of Nike's most iconic prints, both of which are used on this colorway. So you can see this flight wire extends all the way down the entire length of the lateral side of the shoe, and then covering the eyelets, we have this white colored synthetic material, which is very durable and it does its job keeping the laces in place. And then we also have this orange colored Jumpman right in the center right before the laces. Moving downwards, we have this external heel counter, which feels a bit padded and soft to the touch, and this helps to give you additional structure and containment for the back end of the shoe. And then attached to this, at the very top, we have a black colored nylon pull tab, which allows you to get your foot into and out of the shoe a bit easier. When you look at the medial side of the shoe, so this side again, like I mentioned, doesn't have flight wire, so it's just simple white colored mesh, with this white colored fuse overlay towards the back end. For the laces, so these only come with 1 lace option and they're just your normal flat style laces in white. Underneath this, the tongue is pretty well padded and it's covered in a perforated neoprene on the very bottom and covered in a synthetic overlay on the top, and then embroidered in the center we have the Luka Doncic 77 logo embroidered in orange. So the tongue and the inner collar of the shoe, this basically forms like an inner booty for your feet, which really hugs and locks down that back half of your foot. And then you'll see there's an external layer, which sits outside of this inner booty, and this is much thinner in comparison and it's all just synthetic materials as well. As for the insoles, so these come with your standard foam lined insole, nothing special here. It's done in this orange finish on top, and we have the Luka Doncic logo stamped on the heel in black. So the upper of the Luka 1 sits atop this Phylon foam carrier, which is this white foam that you see on the exterior side. But sitting within this Phylon carrier, we have Jordan Brand's Formula 23 foam, and this is a full-length foam wedge, which sits within this foam midsole so it's not visible to the eye. And you can see towards the heel we have this orange colored Jumpman, which is pressed onto the foam, and then turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this is a full rubber outsole done in a mix of orange and white. So we have a multi-directional traction pattern, which really grips a clean hardwood floor exceptionally well. And in the middle of the outsole, the black portion is actually Formula 23 foam, and next to this orange hit with the black Jumpman, this is Jordan Brand's ISO plate technology, which is basically a TPU shank plate, which sits on the lateral side in the middle and extends towards the lateral side of the forefoot. And these are these 2 orange hits that you see protruding out of the midsole on the lateral side. So now that I've given you guys a breakdown about the Luka 1, I want to touch upon the actual performance of the shoe on the court. I came off wearing the KD 15 and the LeBron 20, so putting these on for the first few times, it was a very big contrast. So those 2 other models have a lot of cushioning underfoot, with the KD 15 having that full length zoom strobel, and the LeBron 20 having both heel and forefoot zoom air as well. So for this shoe, there is no zoom air whatsoever. All we have is Formula 23 foam. So in comparison to the Luka 1, it did feel a lot more dead underfoot. It didn't come close to having that same amount of cushioning and bounce back. So my initial thought was that the Luka 1, it feels pretty stiff underfoot for a basketball shoe. However, after wearing these for weeks and weeks on end, I've grown to really become a fan of how these feel for me. so it still doesn't have an overly soft plush feel, but the overall firmness of this cushioning setup gives me a bit more of a responsive feel, especially for a player like me and I guess for Luka, who aren't really aerial players and we stay more grounded and lower to the ground. So if you're a high flyer, for example, I feel like this shoe won't be enough from a cushioning standpoint. You're probably going to want a shoe with a bit more cushioning underfoot to help with impact protection. But the thing I loved about this shoe straight out of the box was the grip. So this traction, this multi-directional traction pattern, it did exceptionally well on both clean and moderately dusty courts. It makes sense given that Luka is known for his shifty moves, so you're going to want a shoe that can handle his playstyle. So whether you're going back and forth, side to side, I never had any problems with slipping, and I found that the shoe really gripped the floor and gave me that stability and traction that I needed. So now that I've covered the cushioning and the traction, in terms of the fit, so my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I always wear Nike Elite socks with my ball shoes. So coming from the LeBron 20, for example, I went up half a size for that shoe, and there were still cases where I felt there was a little bit of pinching from a width perspective, especially around the pinky toe area. In comparison for the Luka 1, even without breaking them in, they felt very wide foot friendly straight out of the box. So that's something I really appreciated. I find a lot of Nike basketball shoes run very narrow, so for wide footers, sometimes it's hard to find a performance basketball shoe that fits the width of our feet, and I think the Luka 1 is definitely one that you should consider. If you do have a narrow foot, however, you could find that your foot is sliding a bit inside the shoe, because even for my foot being a little bit on the wider side, I still had to lace up the shoe pretty tightly to give me that really snug one-to-one contained feel. But your mileage may vary. If you guys have tried the Luka 1 before, let me know in the comment section down below how you define your foot width and how you found the overall containment of this shoe. From a material quality standpoint, unfortunately, this whole shoe is made out of synthetic materials, so it's a bunch of meshes, nylons, and synthetic overlays, so really nothing special from that standpoint. But I found this shoe to feel pretty light on foot, and while it wasn't the most breathable shoe I've worn before, it wasn't really leaving my feet super sweaty and hot inside. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. So I think I've covered pretty much all I have to say about this shoe. The obvious pros from my standpoint are the fit. They fit wide footers very well. The traction pattern is exceptional. I really liked the grip and how much stability I had just cutting side to side and playing low to the ground in my defensive stance. But the cons of the shoe are the material quality. It's all just synthetic materials. The cushioning also wasn't the best. This really depends on the type of player you are. For someone like myself, I found that it did the trick. But if you're looking for a very well cushioned and soft bouncy shoe, then this is definitely not the pair for you. So at the end of the day, for the price point of 145 Canadian dollars, I thought there was a ton of value on this shoe. It's obviously not as premium as a LeBron 20 or even a KD 15, but for a very balanced, very well-rounded shoe, I think this is a very solid option that you guys should consider, even though I think the Luka 2 is just around the corner. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the Jordan Luka 1 in this white and total orange or safari colorway. What are your overall thoughts of this silhouette? And for those who have played ball in this, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this performance review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.